The process begins with the confirmation of arrival of pharmaceutical sensitive to time and temperature cargo by the client airlines at the facility of Taescol in Bogotá. This information is provided through pre-alerts to the foreign trade and warehouse areas, which is notified 8 hours before the estimated time of arrival of the flight, when it is verified if it is a passive and/or active pharmaceutical cargo. Their corresponding temperature ranges for handling, number of pieces, weight, special handling conditions, quantity of pallets that arrive with pharmaceutical cargo. Similarly, the foreign trade area notifies the Taescol dispatch and ramp areas for the corresponding equipment enlistment. Prior to the arrival of the aircraft, the dollies are located for the transfer of pallets with pharmaceutical cargo according to the quantity of pre-alerted cargo. Pre-operational checks and disinfection are performed. The tractor is selected and its corresponding identification is placed on it. Parallel to this, the forklift and jacks are prepared for internal handling in the temperature-controlled storage chambers. 3 hours before the cargo enters the corresponding chambers, a pre-operational check is carried out in which the correct operation of heating and/or cooling system, temperature display, doors, floors, panels, lighting, racks, equipment of emergency care such as spill kit and fire extinguishers is verified. Time and temperature-sensitive pharmaceutical cargo is considered a high priority in ramp. Our processes are carried out in such a way as to minimize the cargo exposure to external temperatures and sunlight. In coordination with the airline's loadmaster and/or Taescol dispatcher, the ramp supervisor assigned to attend to the flight will identify the pallets that contain time and temperature-sensitive pharmaceutical cargo. Once the pallets are unloaded, they are immediately transferred to the storage warehouse, for which the ramp area of Taescol has enough tractors and dollies. The transfer of the cargo on the ramp does not exceed 30 minutes. All cargo is escorted by security personnel during its transfer on the ramp. Once the pallet is placed outside the warehouse, the time of arrival is recorded and the pallet proceeds to the breakdown area. This process is carried out in an organized way where the following data is verified: the documentary information against the physical cargo, special handling instructions in the AUB, verification of labels, guide number, scale weight on the load and number of pieces. The status of the packaging units is revised and any novelty such as breaks, strong blows, open packaging units, humidity or liquid distillation, a photographic record is made. Taescol has 3 exclusive chambers for the storage of pharmaceutical cargo qualified under international protocols. Chamber 1 freezing range between -20 to 10 degrees Celsius. Chamber 2 between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius. Chamber 3 from 50 to 25 degrees Celsius. Once the cargo has been despalletized, the assigned Taescol staff place the cargo in its corresponding chamber according to the storage temperature range, taking into account if it is dangerous goods, its segregation, weight and dimensions, leaving a record in the inventory system. If active containers are being handled, they are transferred to the corresponding storage area. During the temporary storage of the pharmaceutical cargo in our facilities, the temperature of the chambers is monitored and controlled 24/7 through the Citrat Pro system, which has been validated under the international standard ISPM GAMP and CFR Part 11. In addition to the chambers, they have visual and audible alarms for temperature deviation. Time and temperature-sensitive pharmaceutical cargo is delivered to the client in the delivery mode instead of arrival. Once the document release processes and the respective custom processes have been carried out, it is located in the inventory system. The weighting and inspection of the cargo on the scale are only carried out once it is known whether the transport to be used by the client has the volumetric capacity to remove the entire cargo and that it is at the loading door assigned. This in order to avoid exposing the cargo to uncontrolled temperatures. Once the cargo is ready to be loaded on the vehicle, a registry of the date and time is done. This includes the time of the first and last pieces to be loaded. The temperature of both the chamber and the vehicle are measured and registered. Taescol, commitment to excellence.